So we're going to take this cover off to expose the rubber pickup wheel that's under here. And this is going to be a shortcut on how to change this. So first step you want to do is you want to make sure that you're mindful of this paper flag. So what I've figured out is take a sticky note, just like this one. Very simply, take the glue on this side and just kind of stick it in and then glue it down. And what that's going to do is you'll note that the paper flag is now on top here. It's just going to allow it to slide across instead of catching in there. And then you're protected and you're not going to break your equipment when you pull this out. So it's best to have one that's actually got good glue, and this should work fine for now. Alright, and now there's really not much in terms of tools that you need. It's really all just a hand process. So if you look close to where my fingers are, there's a little tab right there. You need to sort of pry upwards just to make sure that that clears this little ledge, and you can sort of feel it immediately. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pull it off to the side. What that does is it clears the little two tabs in here, and it clears this right there, and this just peels off real quick. And then you can get to this guy. Now, this is going to be a little tricky if you don't have the right clip remover. You can do it with a small screwdriver. So if you get a screwdriver similar to this, very small flathead screwdriver, you can get into these little latches and sort of pry it off. And you want to keep your finger on that because you don't want this clip to go flying. You just put that off to the side. Now this comes off, it's a little locker thing, and then this guy comes out. Very simple, it's a little rubber wheel. So you want to make sure that your flat side is pointing down. It's pretty easy to just get it because you'll notice in here it's keyed, and this is a flat side. Now the trickiest part is actually getting this to line back up. You want to make sure that you're getting this over the wheel and not caught like that. So I actually think it's probably best to pull this guy off. Up. So you want to make sure your flag's pushed in, and then you got to come in at a little bit of an angle. There's a tab right here that needs to get underneath here, and at the same time there's some material here that needs to clear this. This little latch is actually going, or notch is going over here, so it is a little tricky to get it to line up, but the key is to just kind of get it into place. Now you don't want to push down on it too hard, because what's going on is you need to get these, actually I'll back it up, there's two hooks here. These need to latch into two slots over here, so that has to line up nicely before you start clicking things into place. So make sure that's all lined up, that's in place. Get these hooks and go. And make sure it's all lined up before you push it in. Okay, there we go. Oh, sometimes it's not going to latch. There we go. And that's it. That's in place. Now you just move this thing here. Your paper flag should be working properly, unless you broke it off like I just did. So if you happen to knock the flag off, it's actually not super tricky to get it on, but you might have to end up taking it back out. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to take this back out. Okay, paper flag goes in here. There we go. Try this again, get my sticky note in place. Things in place, it should snap back. And it did. Okay. There we go. It's reinstalled.